Good afternoon, Kevin, and good evening from Nigeria. How is your husband? Taiwo, good afternoon, and good evening from Nigeria. Okay, I think we can start. We have 2 persons in class now, so that we don't keep you waiting. Okay. How's your weather? I'm fine. Okay. Sure, we can start. Last week we started our series on essential skills for healthy marriage and relationship. That last week we started with emotional intelligence. Yes, emotional intelligence. I'm sure we can still remember what we learned. So this week we're going to be considering another important skill we must learn if we want to be a relationship expert, and for us that are married, if we must enjoy healthy marriage and relationship, we must have that skill. So today we're going to be looking at the importance of communication in building a healthy relationship. I think you can hear me very clearly. Please let me know if you can hear me. So for us that were not around last week, or you were around, you actually still want to listen to it, you can still see it in this group. You can listen to it in this group, or you go to our YouTube channel. Also, the YouTube channel is Marriage Campus for Singles. And if you are yet to subscribe, please go to the YouTube and click the subscribe button. Marriage Campus for Singles is there. So like I said, today we're going to be looking at communication as a very important skill that we must have if we must enjoy healthy relationship, especially marriage. Okay, thank you, Kevin. You said you can hear me. I appreciate that, your feedback so much. So communication is the act or the means of exchanging information by speaking, by writing, or using any other form or any other medium. You know that communication could be verbal and also could be non-verbal. So it's not only when we speak we are communicating. In short, the statistics have it that 7% of our communication is actually in words. So greater percentage of our communications are non-verbal. You can see that that's very, very serious. So communication is very important, and that's why we're here. We'll not be able to look at everything that needs to be said or need to be learned about communication. This media will not allow us to have such opportunity to do that. What we need to do here is just to let you know is very, very important, so that if you need to develop yourself further in that area, you can go and buy a book, browse on it, learn the tips on communication. Just make yourself, better in your area of communication, so that it can enhance your relationship, whether love relationship, marriage, even at your workplaces. You need to be a good communicator to sustain relationship. So like I said, we are not going to be talking about the 7 C's of communication or the 8 C's of communication. It's just to let you know that it's very, very important. Especially this is a campus for singles to learn about marriage. So we are here to let you know that marriage communication is very important for you if you must make your marriage work. So a lot of people, because of the importance of communication, a lot of people have expressed this importance in various ways. Some have called it vehicles, some have called it key, some have called it ingredients. There's no way you express the importance. It can never be overemphasized. My alma mater, that is the institution that got me certified as a marriage counselor, they express it, and how can I put it? Yes, express it this way, that communication is the engine that powers all relationships, and I'm sure they got it right. In short, in that institution, they express it and say that this is where it all begins. What does that mean? It means that if you're able to get it right in communication, every other issue you have in relationship, you can trash it out. Even when we are counseling, especially in my church, the marriage committee, when we are counseling, we'll be couple, we devote much of the time on communication. Why? Because we know once you are able to get it right on communication, any other area of conflict, you can sort it out by getting it right. So that's why communication is important for you to know about. And if you need to develop yourself, please, you need to make sure that you do yourself good by developing yourself better, and read on it, browse on it. Just make sure that you come up better in your communication. So I will just feel of the importance of the importance of communication, or the importance of making yourself a good communicator. Why you must be a good communicator if you must make your relationship work. So I will just say few, I can't say all. So you go out there and go and get other benefit, other importance of it. So one is the fact that when you are a good communicator, you will be able to express your feelings, your opinion, your expectation, your needs in every situation. Sometimes that even beyond relationship, love relationship, beyond marriage, you find yourself in the midst of some person saying one or two things. You want to contribute one way or the other. It's either you are timid, you are afraid, you don't know how to express yourself. You just choose to keep quiet. Meanwhile, you have a lot of resource within you. You have a lot of substance within you. You have a lot of valid, points that you could have brought up. But one way or the other, you just feel, let me keep quiet. But when you're a good communicator, it's easy for you to express your opinion in any given matter. So if you take this kind of attitude, for example, to relationship, there's going to be problem. Your partner, being not an angel, is not readily all the time know what runs inside of you. So you must be able to communicate. You must be able to express yourself. This is why, or this is how I am feeling. One of the things that encourages abuse in marriage, domestic abuse, is inability of some persons to express themselves. They get so overwhelmed, they became so timid, fearful, that they can't just express themselves. It's even as bad as they don't even want to tell third party or family member, this is what I'm going through. It's as bad as that. But those are the things that need to be overcome, and that is why we are sharing this, especially for you that are yet to enter into marriage relationship, that you need to develop yourself in this area, that under no circumstances should you be timid or be afraid to say what is inside your mind, you know, because if you don't say so, you're going to be doing yourself, you know, a lot of harms. If you get it right, which I've said before, you'll be able to handle conflicts and solve problems. Any problem in marriage, whether it be finance, whether it be in-laws, whether it be family, whether it be sex, it is still about communication. If you and your partner are able to sit down and talk about it, you are going to overcome that issue. But instead of sitting down and discussing it, you go moody, you know, you stop communication, you are not talking. The breaking down of the relationship starts from there. If you look at it, all relationship, once there is going to be serious issue, it starts from non-communication. Everybody just begins to go their own ways. You are not talking and I'm not talking, and at the end of the day, the enemy continue to build on it. But if you are a good communicator, you know the importance of communication. Particularly, you don't want to go moody, you don't want to sweep issue under carpet, you want to address it so that you can move on, so that the enemy will not have, you know, that issue to build on. Then you must build, it also help you, that said, I'm talking of the importance now, it also help you to build strong connection in relationship. For example, few friends that you have, look at the one that you see that is your gist partner or is your gisting partner, you talk all the time. Imagine the connection that exists in that kind of relationship. So when you are in love relationship or when you are in marriage, so that is how you must make sure that you communicate with your spouse or your partner to build that connection. When you talk freely, you know what is in your mind, he also know what is in your mind, or she know what is in your mind. In fact, a time will come that you can expect, you'll be able to you'll be able to suspect what, or predict is actually the right English I'm looking for. You'll be able to predict what your partner will do or say in any given situation. Why? Because over time, as you discuss, you get to know his and understand his emotion. You know how he can react in a certain or in a given situation, all born out of all the time you have shared together, relating together, talking together. Imagine if such communication is not there, you will not be able to know. So when you build communication skill, it helps you to build a strong connection with your partner. Whether you are in marriage, whether you are preparing to enter into it, you must get it right with communication in order to build a strong connection, which is going to be a very good foundation for your relationship. When you also communicate very well, it also helps you to build trust. And you know, when you have honest and open communication, it helps you to build trust. Not the pretense side of talking, no, but in every of your conversation, if it is honest, if it is open, you are able to build trust. Why? Because as the time you are going, you're able to know the person that you are dealing with. You're able to, you know, understand the person you are dealing with. You know what he can do, you know what he cannot do. You know what he can tolerate, what he cannot tolerate, or what she can tolerate, or what she cannot tolerate. So at the end of the day, you are able to know at any given time, this is what this person can do. Will this person have my back? At the time you are listening to one another, you are getting some information, knowing the kind of human being this person is. And with that, you are able to build trust. And at the end, on the other side too, if at the through the period you are relating together, having conversation, having communication, you'll be able to know this is not the kind of person I want to be with, especially if you are a single lady or a single guy. You know that this is not the person I want to be with. The Bible said that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. So through the things that the person say or how he communicates, you're able to know this is the kind of person this one is. So you'll be seeing some red lights, you'll be seeing some signals. Don't ignore those signals. I was gisting with my son recently, and we were talking about guys and some red signals and all the rest. And you are with your babe, and because he's a guy, so I was using a babe. I said you are with a babe, and maybe the dad called, and he just ignored the call. I said, why didn't you pick your call? Don't mind that man, it's my dad. His wahala is too much. And then you smile as a guy and think that it's because she wants to be with you. That's why she ignored her dad's call. That's a red signal, because by the time she becomes your wife, at the end of the exactly what she did to her father is going to do for you. Or you are a lady and you saw a guy, insulting or talking rudely to his mom, and you feel it's because it's me, it's because he loves me, he doesn't even care, he will not even respond to his mom. You are wasting. In short, that's a dangerous sign that you need to. So as you communicate, as you relate, you'll be seeing the person who he is or who she is. You don't ignore such thing. You pay attention to them. So if you don't allow communication, some of this nature, you won't be able to identify them. You won't be able to see them. Another importance is the fact that when you have someone that you can communicate freely with, there's a way it gives you happiness. I don't know if you must have experienced situations where you just call someone, I just want to pour my heart. That person does not have solution to your problem. And sometimes the thing you want to say will make you vulnerable, as it were, but you don't mind, because this is one person that you can just say it anyhow you feel, and you feel so safe. It gives you joy, it gives you happiness, it gives you opportunity to ease off stress inside of you. That thing that only you will just be brooding over, be giving you sadness, sorrow, depression, you are able to let it out. So when you are able to communicate freely with someone, it's giving you happiness and joy. Imagine if that someone is your partner. Imagine if that someone is your spouse, that you can be vulnerable, you can say anything you like to the person. So that is how it helps you. That's one of the benefits you enjoy for being a good communicator. So you need to know all this importance, so that, like I said, this is just few ones that I'm just sharing. You just need to make sure that on your own you go and read more, so that you can enjoy this benefit and build yourself up if you know that you have deficiency in any of this area. I hope I am communicating. Kemi, Taiwo, Kafaya, thank you. You are welcome. So to be a good communicator, what do I need to know? Like I said, this is just stirring the water. I trust that you go and do more in developing yourself. So to be a good communicator, what do I need to do? How do I enhance my communication skill? First and foremost is that I would love to talk about is the fact that you need to be expressive. If you want to be a good communicator, we define communications as a means by which we pass information. So you must be expressive. There are some persons that to even explain, to even bring out a word from their mouth is so difficult for them, as though it's one big assignment you are giving to them. What is it? Say it. You'll be pressing them and pressing them. That it doesn't work out that way. You must be able to say what you want to say. One man of God that I love, that I used to quote that. I love that his quotation so well, so I normally refer to it. He said, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. So you must be able to express yourself You must be able to say exactly how you feel inside of you. And especially in relationship, I've said it before and I'm repeating it again because it's very, very important. Don't be intimidated. The Bible said that perfect love casteth out fear. You can't, because of fear of, I don't want to lose him, or I don't want to lose her, I don't want him to get angry, I don't want him to be angry, and then you feel one kind and you are not talking. It doesn't work out that way. In short, you are actually digging grave for that relationship. So you must be expressive. You must be able to explain how you feel inside of you. Then you must be a good listener. You remember James 1:19 says that we should be quick, we should be swift to hear and slow to speak. That is, listening is very, very important. It's a skill that we must learn. We don't take it for granted that everybody know how to listen. No, it's not everybody. Some person, they just want to be heard. Ability for them to keep quiet, let the other person, express his or her own opinion is difficult. They just want to be the one talking and talking. That is not it will not work that way. In short, you overwhelm your partner. That's why most of the time some couple do not relate, because this one will say he doesn't listen to me or he will not listen to me. It's only his own that he wants to be saying. That's not a good way. It's going to be damaging to your relationship. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, you must learn to listen. I do say it. Even God, that is superpowered, is super everything. He say, come, let us reason together. Bring your strong reason. That is God. So who are you, mortal man, that you find it difficult to listen to someone talking, especially your spouse, especially your partner? It's a skill you must learn. Listening ability. To be a good communicator, you must be a good listener. And then you must be polite and show respect. My experience with married couple have shown that why we are having issue in communication is the fact that we don't know how to talk with respect. No matter the height of anger, no matter the displeasure you want to express, you can still do it without saying hurtful things, without being disrespectful. In all your conversation, you must show respect. If you are at work, no matter how you feel about your boss, you must still listen to them. Even if you are angry, you're able to contain it, you're able to hold yourself. How come your spouse, you just talk to them anyhow? I can't remember if it is one, when we handled the laying solid foundation for successful marriage, I also made reference to it, how I call a lady to report her husband. And the first response, no, it was the write-up, not Facebook Live. And the first response the lady would give me was, don't mind her. Don't mind him. It's an unfortunate person. I was so in short. All I wanted to say just disappeared from my mouth. You are talking about your husband. How does an unfortunate enter into it, for goodness sake? Even me that he has offended, I couldn't have said that to him. So why you? So terrible, terrible things couples say, against one another in the name of anger. What sort of life is that? They've used their mouth to run their destiny down. They've ruined their mouth to destroy their blessing. They will be raining curses upon one another just because they are angry. That is not communication. The Bible said that be angry and sin not. One way you can be angry and sin not is to make sure that you don't say foul things. You don't put curse, you don't put insult in your conversation, regardless. And so many couples find it difficult to talk because they will say it will end in quarrel. Because it's either one party is not patient enough to listen, or immediately he listens, is easily angered. This area, you must have self-control and make sure that you are polite and you show respect in all your conversation, even beyond your partner. At work, some persons, they are just naturally rude. They say hurtful things and they couldn't be bothered. They just throw the word at person without feeling without being conscious of how the other person, the hearer, is going to feel about it. I'm very, very careful when it comes to talking to people. Even when I see beggars on the road and they are greeting, I know it's money they want to collect. But I won't say because of that, I still give them regard that they are human beings. I will acknowledge their greeting, even if I don't give them money. The only way to show that you show you give people dignity, you treat them as human being, is at least to show them respect. It is very, very important, and it has damaged so many relationships because they don't know how to talk. And you must be honest and truthful in all your conversation. The Bible in Ephesians 4:15 says, he said, how did he put it? We should speak the truth in love. Speak the truth in love. Speak nothing but the truth. A lot of homes are having issues. A lot of relationships are damaged that could have resulted in marriage, but could not do because lies. You cannot be honest. When you say A today, tomorrow is green. Why, for goodness sake? Marriage is a relationship of transparency. You must be transparent. That's why the Bible said that they were both naked and they were not ashamed. If it is A, you want to tell your spouse, make sure it is A. That thing is not B and you are trying to call it A. No, it will not work. The person will not have trust in you. The person will, you cannot build confidence. You cannot build a good home when you are a liar. When you cannot say something you know that you mean. You will say one thing today, you say another thing tomorrow. Whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, that is not, you can't make marriage work if you are the one that do not know how to speak truth. It's one of those weaknesses. Lying is one of those weaknesses we've taken for granted and feel that it's everybody that lies. No, it's not allowed. God's words does not teach us to be liar. You must be truthful, and you must be able to express yourself truthfully. And when I talk about expressing, there's something I wanted to say. It just came back to my mind now. You must be plain. You must be clear. You must be clear in everything that you are saying. When which color now? Purple and lilac, they kind of close. But if it is lilac, call it lilac. If it is purple, call it purple. You must be detailed. It is not when you are now called to be questioned, you now begin to be giving the fuller version. No. Because of all this kind of thing we are talking, you see situation where man is doing his own, woman is doing his own because they are not trusting one another, they are not expressive, they are not talking honestly and truthfully to one another, they are not polite, they talk to each other. By September 2022, by God's grace, which is going to be like about 4 or 5 months more, yes, between 4 or 5 months, I'm going to be 32 years in marriage. I think which insulting word can I say is the smallest or easiest one now? Maybe let me, you are stupid. Yes, the word you are stupid, myself and my husband, we have not said it to one another for the past 32 years because we try to show each other respect, and I see how it has also helped us. If I cannot say you are stupid, those bigger one will not come, will not follow. So if you know how, you must know how to talk decently with respect. It will help you in building relationship. It will help you even in your marriage. So I'm going to be rounding it up again today. I tried as much as possible to make sure that we don't make it get long. Next week we're going to be looking at another important skill you must have in building a healthy relationship and marriage. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you have any question, you can type it. Like I said, please, if you have been one way or the other impacted upon, share, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Marriage Campus for Singles. That is the name we also bear on YouTube. Go there if you have not subscribed, and please subscribe. Thank you, and see you again next week Friday. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye. Thank you. God bless you too.